Lifted up this, 350-pound trap door or whatever it is, came down these steps. And this is right where we took that sharp left turn and just sailed right off a cliff. So unfortunately, after I just reviewed this portion, with the buyer, and I can't blame them one bit, they were like, we are out. We are not dealing with any of that stuff. So we'll start off here. Right when you come down the stairs, and I'm so glad you can't smell this, you're basically slapped in the face with the most wretched sewer gas. And here's why. You can see the original cast iron, 103 years old, sitting in there. Yes, that is a hole corroded all the way through the top, and it looked like also the bottom. And then sewage just sitting right down there on top of that vapor barrier. Really gross.
And flippers do that all the time. If the sewer pipe has an issue like this, they're going to try to do a quick fix or hide it. Why? This is an expensive fix. Why not just hide it and try to sell it like that?
That's horrible. And you can see all the support that's been added under that bathroom too, the carpeted bathroom, mind you. And all the support, the original floor joists are all gone. They were all rotted out. There's remnants of rotted wood everywhere in there, and they just kind of braced it up with these 2x4s. And that floor is actually sagging upstairs. So that's kind of a pretty obvious sign that even what they did wasn't that great. Typical flipper. Now we look around at the foundation, and I'll bet this thing was never sealed from day one on the outside. There's so much moisture working its way through this concrete, unfortunately. And so besides the efflorescence that is everywhere, which is an indication that moisture is working its way through, you can see that the concrete finish has just deteriorated and left all this aggregate exposed. And water is actually just kind of coming right in. The other thing you'll note, and that's all the way around, the other thing you'll see is this really pretty impressive wrapping job on this vapor barrier. And at first I thought, well, maybe it's just to keep the moisture levels down. I'm sure that's part of it, but it's also concealing a completely crumbling retaining wall all the way around here too, which you can see all the main supports of the home are actually resting on. And so under here, everything's frozen outside. This is all soaking wet. Concrete is deteriorating and falling apart. And that there was enough for these buyers to say, peace out.
That's a huge issue. Where the foundation is being supported, that is concrete that is crumbling. That means that when that crumbles, the whole house is going to go. That's going to be an expensive repair, and a repair that not a lot of people have money for or have the willingness to spend the money on that, especially after you bought a property, probably at top dollar price. And then on top of that, you're still going to have to do an expensive repair like this foundation. It just doesn't make sense. When you see stuff like this, especially in the inspection, you got to walk away because one of these issues can easily bankrupt.